morning, or maybe your family gets together, you know, on Christmas Eve, and that's when you open your presents that you're gifting your grandkids. Well, look what someone's getting. The ultimate throwback here, the Mrs. Pac-Man Arcade1Up. So inside this cool looking, you know, arcade are 10 different games that are going to remind us of our youth and, you know, when our kids were growing up. And it's a clearance price of under $125. It's saving everybody $125 this evening. And it's a, you know, cool size. It feels like the real thing, not this little handheld thing. So to get that on free shipping, this is the moment. It normally would have cost $20 just to get it through the mail. And your payment, $25. So before we start playing, we're going to welcome in Miss Elizabeth Warner. Here we are all together on Christmas Eve. We got to open that one present, and this is the one that we're opening.
Yes, with the entire
I left this one for you in case you wanted to play so that you wouldn't feel
left
out.
Well, and I know that you
I love it. You know,
are
I
a huge Arcade fan. So
you can go.
Are you sure?
Okay,
I'm going to test my. Can you see, or am I blocking it too much?
And these
see, I
are
wait
like,
for the monsters to get closer, and then I eat
and then
those.
you eat that little power pill.
Yeah.
What's,
I missed it.
What's great about these are all of the original games that we remember. So when you're seeing Ms. Pac-Man here, it is the original art, the original levels, the original sounds. If you want to end up turning up that volume at some point.
Oh, sure. Do you want me to?
We'll be able to hear
it's nice
that.
you can make
I
it
can't
quieter,
not look
yes.
at the monsters.
You can have it on. You can turn the volume on or off. It's all those original things that you remember. And this is what's brought to us. Isn't that sound the best, by the way?
Yes.
I love it.
You want to turn?
So it reminds me of back in the day, going to the roller rink, going to the arcade, going to the Pizza Hut with my family.
The Pizza Hut, I love Pizza
Think
Hut.
of that. The greasy pizza, the pictures
Yes,
of root beer,
root beer.
right? Yes.
Oh,
but
darn.
now you think,
I missed the
don't
corner
hit the
turn.
machine.
Look,
You know
she's
what?
serious.
I am a little bit competitive,
You're a
I
little-
will admit, but this is a healthier space for me to unleash my competitive
Yes,
nature.
yes, and it's for the whole family. So now we can share this with our kids. We can play it with our parents.
Look, here you go.
And
I don't even see a child in that video.
Well, you know
Elizabeth.
what? So my husband and I, we hang out with another couple all the time, and we have literally brought this to their house for happy hour.
Oh,
love
how
it.
It's
fun.
called the Countercade. It goes on a counter, but we also are going to give you all the tools you need to hang it on a door or mount it on a wall.
Awesome.
But if you have it like this, you can bring it wherever you go. So if you're going to grandma's for Thanksgiving, you can pull this out. It plugs right in the wall. You don't need quarters anymore. I know how much I babysat to buy my like 45 records and to go to the arcade.
Yes.
Maybe an Orange Julius.
Well, I
Plug
can
and
tell you
play
how
now.
much an arcade these days costs. It's my least favorite place to take my kids because it's such a ripoff.
Yes.
They, first of all, want to divide and split up, and it gives me horrible, like, agita. I'm like, stay together. It's dark in here, and there's lots of machines. But I spent a fortune at any arcade because it's just, you know, you go and you fill up their game cards, and before you know it, you've dropped 100 or 200.
That's right.
This is 124, and yours for
And it's
life.
big. It's
right?
not like the invasive big that you have to have a specific, you know, maybe a game room or something like that. But I was just in the place where we ate lunch, Amy.
Yes.
Upstairs, they have a few arcade games, so you definitely
Okay.
should take the kids. But there was a mom in there with her kids, and they were feeding the machines
Yes.
and doing. So I like this size because some of them are smaller, but I feel like you get that kind of original feel of the big screen.
It really is. It's a 17-inch LCD screen. So I have to say, although it's all the original art and all that original fun, the screen actually looks better than it did when we played it. And this is the same size screen that we have in our full-size machines for Arcade1Up as well. But we've put it into a device that you can play it anywhere. But look at all of the games that you're getting. So when you bring this home, it's Ms. Pac-Man, Rally X, King and Balloon, Rompers, Mappy, Dig Dug, New Rally X, Druga, Pack and Pow, and Hopping Mappy.
And are they all like vintage, if I'm using
These
that
are
word correctly?
all
like,
vintage.
Okay.
These are all of our 40-year-old games, the ones that we knew and loved and played back then. Now our parents played them, we played them, and the kids are playing them as well.
And Elizabeth, what do we have to do to set this up? Because, you know, one of the things as a parent, I sometimes feel bad if like everything's not ready to go. So is it challenging to set it up?
Not at all. So
Okay.
no assembly at all required. This plugs right into the wall when you get it at home. The only thing you have to decide is if you want it countertop, if you want to hang it on a wall or over a door.
Okay.
And if you want it countertop, you can add these footers, but you do not have to.
Okay.
So it's literally no assembly. Plug it in the wall, turn it on, turn the volume way up So you get that memory sound and start playing. In order to get to the home screen, all you have to do is push down on that one player button and hold it. And that'll bring us to that home screen and allow us to change through all the different games. So it's as simple as that. This is not like the complex games that my older kids play with controllers. I don't understand. With gameplay, I don't understand.
Like, you know, violence and let's fight and let's do this.
No internet. Think about that. You could actually allow your child to have this in their room. There's no internet. There's nothing. They can't look anything up. It's just pure old-fashioned fun.
And do you guys remember when you would go to a neighbor's house when you were young, and if they had something that you didn't have toy-wise?
Oh, yes.
It was the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
So imagine now, like, everybody's going to want to be at your house. The grandkids are going to want to stay a little longer. You know, your own children aren't going to be like, let's go down the street. They're going to want to stay with you because you're going to have that old school arcade video game that nobody else has. And look at that price. I mean, not only are you saving $125, you then save another $20 with the free shipping and handling offer, and the payment to bring it home in just a few days, it's as little as $25. And Court, I'm with you. You know, you can gift my kids just about anything that's small. We have room for that. This I can find room for.
Yes.
But if you gift me something large, it's like, well, we had to go down and clean up the basement and get rid of something.
That's right.
And if you know they like games, they will like this. Whether they are older and they've loved video games for a long time or younger, because really everything that was old is new again. And that's the reason why these arcades are thriving. You know, and from seeing those for younger people to there's like bars. So I gifted a similar item to my dad, gifted to my brother-in-law.
Yes.
And they loved it. It just like takes you back if you've been there. And if you've kind of like, if you're on that journey and you're younger, it's like a really cool kind of connection to your parents.
It's so true. I gave my nieces one of these. We also gave them a console at some point, one of those big fancy expensive ones. This is by far their favorite thing. My brother said that they are literally, this is the thing everyone's waiting in line to play. Aww. So it's really neat to be able to give something that you know everyone can play together. It creates that family fun and that family bonding. And I know, you know, Vanessa was saying last night that her family does brackets. Like they do not play. They are like, yeah, they're going at. So if your family loves to play games, think of family game night. No one's protesting this family game night, right?
Well, remember, it is a clearance price. If you're not on the phone lines now, I cannot promise you that we're going to have this as we get closer to the holiday. It's kind of now or never. E234800. Take advantage of the free shipping and handling weekend. It makes it so easy to get it home. Over 1,000 orders placed today.
And 1,000 left. So half our quantity. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness,
much
thank
fun
you. This was
hanging
so fun.
out.
Love your jammies. I can't wait to see these.